the H3H3 podcast is now basically just like a drama commentary channel where they litigate their grievances about people being mean to them, you know, people doxing them, people harassing them. In April 2024, the network, H3 Productions, operates under, called The Roost, was sold on to a talent management company called Night Media. When we're looking at commentary slop, when we're looking at drama, it's not just Ethan Klein and Hasan who've had beef, right? Hasan has obviously been getting into fights with right-wingers as well, streamers like Asmongold, for example. And again, they go back and forth in an infinite content loop of respond and react, and respond and react, and respond and react, so that, you know, they can create hours of slop for people to obsess over and react to themselves. Now, Asmongold is obviously one of the most prominent right-wing streamers on Twitch now. He's kind of representing the old guard of Gamergate-style politics that have been revived for, you know, the second Trump term. In 2022, Asmongold joined a talent management company called Night Media.
What? Oh my god, it's Hasan Biker!
Wow! Hasan Biker! I like the banner, it's cool, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, there you go. There's his Night Media little talent page there. If you go on Hasan's Twitter, you'll even see that his business email is hasan@nights.co. So this is a very, like, intimate business relationship that they've got there. Like, they are literally, if you go on his Twitter, that is the email that is in his bio. That's the one. What? That's his business email. Yep. So, okay, all right, nothing crazy going on, right? It's just a company that happens to represent all of these people who have large amounts of beef. Very strange. Do you want to click on the Asmongold one? A rare picture of Asmongold, not covered in
I wonder why he's hiding
rats.
his teeth.
Yeah.
Cockroaches, dude. Do you know, like, he is infested with cockroaches?
I know.
There are tons of footage of cockroaches on his body.
He's
literally, has to pick them off.
He's literally a character from the Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, he's what's the guy's name? Oogie Boogie. Yeah, he's literally just made of rats and cockroaches. He had the dead animal on his roof that fell. Oh yeah, that fell through. Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, that was fucking awesome. So yeah, and then of course we have the Roost being obtained, actually got acquired by Night Media as well. So H3H3 Productions is also managed by Night Media. Now, this is not a big deal, right? Like, okay, one company, you know, managing a few people. Wiz, would you like to go to the talent page for Night Media? I'll give it to you here. Here you go.
Navigate. Ew. Sorry.
You'll want to, yeah, this is not the most dystopian website ever, not at all.
Whoa.
Click on the link I sent you. Okay. So this page, it represents all of the talent pool. So you can see everyone on their website. Oh, that's right. They took it down in 2024 so that you cannot see who they represent. Nope. Luckily, there's a Wayback Machine archive. So if you want to click on that, we can see. We can see. Yeah. So this was deliberately taken down in 2024. At the first moment people started to clock onto this. Now this is the Wayback Machine, and we can see everyone who they represent. And now we start to see some big names. Mr. Beast, Kaisen. I know Carl is a traitor. Hasan. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of people. You got Dream, which I think didn't Hasan and Dream have a connection at one point? Do you recognize any of these guys? Laserbeam, you know, that's like a 25 million
typical
guy.
Gamer.
Yeah, lots of gamers. You know, lots of. We've got our Mr. Who's the Boss.
Darman? No way.
I'm sorry. Darman is also owned by.
He sold out. I never would have thought Darman would have sold out.
I know, it's fucked up. Yeah, keep going. There's plenty. You got
I don't know anything about these guys, but in Sainsbury's they sell like blind bags of Lanky Box.
We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. I picked a story that includes toys. You got Nico Lol, right? Okay, Boomer, Jay Schlatt. Yeah. You got Gotham Chess. You've got the chess representation there. One of the biggest chess streamers. Yeah, you got a lot of dudes here.
There's so many people.
Like,
cold ones?
Yeah, Max Mofo, crazy. I did a thing. You know, of Boy, you know, cringe, tanky socialist guy. Yeah, very.
Timothy Chalamet's in this?
True. So yeah, you can see now. This is kind of a little freaky, right? Like, there's a lot of representation of a lot of different vectors, segmentations, kind of value sets here, and they all operate under the same management company. Yeah, I did the thing, yeah. So, I was like, okay, what the fuck is Night Media, and why does it own all of this talent? This is combined, and I'm being conservative here, 500 million subscribers worth of YouTube.
Yeah.
500 million subscribers worth of YouTube. It's insane. So, across all of these creators, I wanted to kind of figure out, like, what's the deal? So, Night Media was started up by a man named Reed Dutcher in 2014. This is a guy who worked in sports betting and in sports management, right? Being an agent for, like, players. And he saw the incoming creator economy, and he decided to get in on the ground floor and basically pitched becoming essentially like the kind of management brand ambassador for Dude Perfect.
Oh shit! Guys? Yeah, the Vine guys.
The trick shot Vine guys, yeah.
Yeah.
So he starts off by helping get them brand deals with his sports associations, and it worked so well that he ends up onboarding MrBeast a few years later when MrBeast just has maybe 1 million or 2 subscribers. So this is early MrBeast, right? He starts representing Jimmy Donaldson as well. Now, in the creator economy space, Reed Dutcher appears on podcasts and, discusses his strategies pretty openly. So unfortunately, I had to go through the nightmare of listening to a bunch of incredibly boring creator economy podcasts, but a little bit like the gambling episode we did. They bury all of the industry understanding of, like, the corporate background in, dull, boring industry conference slop, right? So it's kind of hard for a regular person to bother sitting down for fucking 5 hours of podcasts to listen to all of this. So I sat down to listen to about 10 hours of podcasts over the last couple of days that this guy was on. And he basically lays out his strategy like this. He explains Night Media as a system that has 3 legs. They started off as he calls it a 360 management department, right? And the idea is, their original plan was to capture the top number 1 or 2 creators in every single vertical. They literally have a widespread plan to take over, and you can see it represented here, right? You've got lifestyle, MrBeast is his own genre, but, MrBeast. You've got socialist politics with Hasan, with I Did a Thing vibes. You've got right-wing politics. You've got centrism with H3 podcast. Theo Von is another podcast that's represented by Night Media.
No fucking way, that's huge. That's like the new Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Literally. Guys who are speaking to, and interestingly, Hasan was on Theo Von a couple of months ago. So this is a very, very powerful network of people. Now, they have basically decided that they want to create a segmentation where they own each vertical. They own the most popular person in every particular space. Fucking chess, lifestyle, beauty, gaming, right-wing, left-wing, centrism, liberalism, whatever, right? Now, the second arm of the business, the second leg of their little stool, is they call it the venture studio, and this is basically where they build businesses for creators on the side. The most famous of which is MrBeast Burger.
No way, Beastbox?
Yeah, these are the guys who built MrBeast Burger. I don't know how to share this other than screenshotting through. You can open these as links. So now, obviously, MrBeast Burger was a business. You don't have to open these straight away, but we'll get to these. MrBeast Burger was a business basically designed around a company called, I think they were called like virtual kitchens. And the idea behind it was essentially virtual dining concepts. Yeah. So
nice.
Now the idea behind it was that you would basically get these like existing restaurants, or sometimes even fucking like containers, like literally shipping containers under freeways on incredibly cheap land.
Well, like ghost kitchens.
Ghost kitchens, exactly. And they would basically be able to provide like a branded food experience that is only via like delivery. Essentially, it is drop shipping food. Now, MrBeast later went on to sue the company that they ended up working with. He literally sued MrBeast Burger. MrBeast sued MrBeast Burger because it was so poorly represented that it damaged his brand. Do you want to click on some of these other images? They're kind of fucking
I didn't
horrific.
realize you sent more.
Yeah, this is an actual MrBeast Burger
my God.
that someone actually overpaid for.
No way.
Yeah, that is the that's the chicken burger.
No,
yeah, so
that's
there's a lot
so
of fun.
horrible.
There's a lot of very fun social media coverage on the quality of these products. Okay, no, that's slop. Imagine turning brain rot into food. Look at that. That's raw meat, baby. That's
Jesus.
just fucking raw. That's a dead cow that got pushed into a blender and then dropped onto a burger with never touched the grill. Yeah, these are terrible. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, missing ingredients and stuff as well. Yeah, very cool. Yeah. So. These are the kinds of businesses that Night Media is building to help monetize and commodify the kind of brand distribution of their various creators. If you look at some of the other things that they've done, they have also, yes, they've worked with LankyBox to put together their little toys.
Yeah, because they've also got
with...
Mr. Beast capsule things. They're all in the same aisle in Sainsbury's. It's like a...
Yeah,
so it's got Ryan's Toys... You know Ryan's Toy Review channels? It's got that.
No.
Next to it is...
Yes, yep, Ryan's Toys.
Next to it is the Lanky Box, the Lanky... And then next to it is the Mr. Beast, and they're like jelly capsule things that have action figures inside them. They look like test tubes.
It's funny you say Ryan's Toys, because they don't own Ryan's Toys, but I have heard Reed Dutcher say Ryan's Toys like 6 times on podcasts. It's kind of their go-to... I think it's his go-to example of successful monetization that isn't under his brand. And like all good salespeople, he doesn't refer to his own... He'll say, like, people in the industry like Ryan's Toys are doing this, and so we're kind of helping other creators get to that point. So he's kind of like selling via the sort of cultural model rather than saying that he himself is, owns Ryan's Toys. So yeah. And then we have... the third strand. Do you want to open up LankyBox Shop actually, just because this is a funny? We can take a look at some of the other like monetization strategies. Hasan's little fashion brand is also run by Night Media.
Yeah. This is a fine shit, dude.
Yep.
This shit sucks. It's really bad, really low quality soft toys. Then it's like blind bags.
Yep.
And I'm a sucker for a blind bag, but they're just so low quality and awful.
They literally look like those like boba tea plushies you buy on Amazon for like £5. Yeah, they look
make
like
no sense. I can't imagine what their channel is. You know?
It's a toy. It's a children's channel. It's literally just like unboxing little kids' toys. Ryan's Toys, I'm pretty sure, is like essentially a replacement for CBeebies. Yeah. We haven't got to the third strand. We haven't got to the third strand yet, Wiz.
Okay.
Do you know what the third strand of the business is?
Okay, what is the third strand?
The third strand is called Venture Capital Studio.
No!
They've received roughly $150 million from various ventures that are closely associated with Amazon and Disney. That's right, motherfuckers! Disney owns your politics content! It's over! You're done! Hasan's owned by Disney. I'm sorry. It's true. All media is controlled. It sucks ass. They invest in a bunch of shit. They'll basically invest in like side businesses, creator economy businesses. The businesses that I was able to find that they invested in are very funny. We've got a few here. We've got a lovely little one called Pear Pop. All of these are weirdly dystopian.
What the fuck?
So Pear Pop, yeah, Pear Pop is an app. The goal of which is that you compete in bidding wars to spend time on stream with your favorite streamer. So rather than it's an auctioning system where basically you can bid to like spend time with people.
It's like Extreme Cameo.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's a bidding war for a cameo, essentially. Brands can use it as well, but yeah, look at this shit. Look at the fucking representation of brands here. So this is basically a Rakuten is the biggest
access
fucking
to
reward
50 million
structure.
creators worldwide.
Yeah, so, well, that's because this is an application. It's like, these guys don't own creators, but you know what they do? They take investment from the guys who owns creators. So, yeah, this is... So basically, a big part of Reed Dutcher's strategy is he talks frequently about the idea of taking what he calls blue chip companies, right? Your fucking Porsches and Gucci's and these like big, fucking American Airlines, right? These like massive companies that have existed.
How much to keep a smug away from my stuffed animals? £20.
Yes, I will stay away from this, but otherwise I will be eating them if they disappoint me.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is This is fucking crazy. Yeah, claims to be socialist, owned by Disney. Yep, many such cases, actually. Many such cases. Sorry. Yep, art, unfortunately, all gets commodified and subsumed. So yeah, so these guys invest in this fucking nightmare. Guess what else they invest in? This is a company called Lolly.
Stop. You're joking. Hee. Very funny.
Nope. There you go. There's the link.
Oh
Just
no.
a very unfortunate name. A very unfortunate name.
A very unfortunate business model.
So this is a rewards app. Again, they've invested, you know, a chunky little bit of cash of their Disney money into these companies. The idea being that they essentially want to build close relationships with these small software apps so that they can use them in brand deals with creators. So this is very much like Honey, except it gives you crypto. That's right. The Lolly reward app gives you an anonymous currency. Get Lolly for free. Yeah. So this is basically like
add
a
Lolly
cashback
to your
reward
favorite
scheme.
browser in seconds.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's fucking awesome, dude. I can't believe it's just so funny. Now,
Lolly on Amazon.
Do you want to? Do you want to know what the creator of Lolly said is the reason he picked this name?
Okay.
He remembered how great it felt as a child to get lollipops. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, so Disney is distributing Lolly. Unfortunately, I'm sorry you had to hear it first. To be fair, they've been doing that implicitly in various background scenes and fire sex shadows and all their subliminal messaging. So there you go. It's finally explicit. So yeah, very happy to have come across that. And then you also have, this one's interesting, particularly given a couple of stories that we've looked at recently. This shop is called Italic. Now, Italic is a place where you can buy direct from the manufacturers of large luxury brands. So in other words, rather than buying Gucci, you buy from the factories that produce Gucci for much less money. So you get the same goods without necessarily like the the brand premium.
Get it straight from China without a tariff.
Yes, exactly. Remember the fucking TikToks? Those guys advertising those like direct service, like fashion brands. This is basically a like legitimized form of that business model of directly sending you to the Chinese factories to buy directly. Oh, that does sound good. Oscar, no, this wasn't an ad. You idiot! Oh my god, he's lost it already.
Read
Jesus
the prices,
Christ,
Oscar,
bro.
and understand
Fucking
why it's
hell.
so good.
They're still expensive, yeah, like it's not any different. But yeah, so that you can easily imagine your favorite creator say, check out
The
Italic.
crypto better be called Lollycoin?
Lollycoin!
No, stop.
Yeah, Lollycoin. Lollycoin.
Stop.
So yeah, these are the kinds of businesses that Night Media invest in. Oh shit, my mouse died. Hold on 1 second.
How can your mouse die? That's not something that's possible.
No, my pet mouse just died. I have a little app on my watch that measures his heart rate, and it's just gone to 0.
I was worried for a second.
I think he's been eating. Wait, Dispel, what the fuck are you... was that a tail? Was that a tail? Spit him out! Spit him out!
Stop.
Spit him out! Spit him out! What?
Stop bothering him.
They spit it out! You're gonna get mange.
Stop bothering him.
You're gonna get mange. Oh my god. Paying for the privilege to eat my mouse is not a thing. What money am I going to buy it with? I'm just saying it's marginally better than buying the same Chinese slot from design. Whatever, man. No, this was not an ad. The mainstream rebellious music business was subverted by corporate interests pretty quickly. Same with internet creation, I guess. Yeah, so unfortunately, guys, your favorite creators are all slot peddlers. I think that this is pretty expected, right? I mean, like, essentially, you have 3 different... I'd like to focus on Hasan, Ethan Klein of H3, and Asmongold, right? Essentially representing the far left, the far right, and the sort of liberal centrism. They've basically captured, like, every political vertical that creates content, and they all serve the same fucking master. Now, these management companies don't even need to, tell them what messaging to do, right? I'm not saying that Hasan's messaging is influenced, although, interestingly, Reed Dutcher has discussed working with creators, and one thing he definitely does do is he advises them on which pieces of content to do or not do that might be controversial. He talks about a few MrBeast videos that he thought could potentially have caused problems. One was a video on, this is fucking crazy by the way, you can see, honestly, I'm gonna praise the management company for this. MrBeast saw probably some fucking TikToks or something about intermittent fasting being a solution to certain medical issues like Crohn's and IBS.
God.
And so MrBeast wanted to do a MrBeast challenge where he made people fast to see that if it improved their medical conditions. Yeah, and Night Media was like, you should probably not starve people for content.
Yeah, well, your teenage audience, your very young, impressionable audience will love that shit, dude.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. They will all start fucking intermittent fasting and starving themselves half to death while they're still growing. Yeah, exactly.
That's literally the content from, like, British fashion TV shows in the 2000s.
God, yeah. You're right. Although, it's funny I say that because MrBeast is currently in progress filming an episode where he traps someone in a giant gym for as long as it takes them to lose, I think, 100 pounds, and the guy's been in there for 9 months. So he's literally like, and if he gets out and he's still fat, he makes no money, and if he gets out and he's under the correct weight, then he gets 100,000 bucks. Fucking crazy.
Jesus.
So yeah, I don't know.
Body shaming is the next metric.
No terrifying and sensitive structures there.
Am I not always ahead of the trends?
What, being a body shamer? Yeah, that's true. You and MrBeast are peas in a pod, buddy.
Yeah. How do you think you got the idea?
Oh shit! Wait, are you the guy? Were you the one that he practiced it on?
You just called me Mr. Knight. Why do you think all these stars on my hats are for? Huh?
I thought they were kills, like those UK soldiers, you know.
I haven't killed any UK soldiers. What are you talking about?
No, you know what I mean. But yeah, I think it's interesting. So basically, there is some definition about what content doesn't get presented. There's definitely also coordination and cooperation in terms of showing up on each other's shows. You know, Leftovers, Hasan on Theo Von.
I wonder if they recruited a bunch of comedians, because they keep showing up on Hasan's show.
Oh, interesting. That's possible. Yeah, I mean,
that's an industry that doesn't seem to be tapped if you look at the 2022 or 2024 lineup.
But yeah, essentially Night Media is sitting on every side of the political spectrum. So whether you are on the side of Asmongold or Hasan or Ethan in any of these conflicts, essentially these are internal, intercorporate disputes that are playing out, and no matter who you support or watch or whatever, however the fuck you engage with this content, essentially you are only empowering the brand of one dude who owns Night Media and a bunch of fucking side brand businesses that sell incredibly shitty Chinese slop with MrBeast's name on it. One bit of analysis that I thought was interesting from Reed Dutcher, and he said this a couple of years ago on one of these podcasts I saw. He said that loyalty has essentially shifted from brand loyalty to individual loyalty, right? And this is a well-known aspect of like the influencer economy, right? But he explicitly talks about being able to essentially sell slop or sell like quality blue chips, kind of blue chip company products via just branding deals and white labeling through influencers. So I think his end goal is essentially to replace all kind of brand advertising with, regardless of your vertical, you will be getting served to by particular guys. One interesting thing is he also owns the biggest creators in like sneaker YouTube, which I have no affiliation with, but those motherfuckers spend money like crazy. So every vertical, like makeup and sneakers and even golf, interestingly, apparently that's like a very high spend vertical, so they really like that area. They've basically dominated these entire infrastructures of like brand deals and media to the point where you basically can't escape it. Like every creator that you're potentially engaging with, other than the tiniest ones that have no brand deals and are commercially unviable, please donate, please, God, please. I don't have to reply to the email from Night Media and sign on.
We're demonetized. Your donations keep the show running. Smug, you got to do a real plug. You can't keep half-arsing it. You always half-arse it. And you're like, wait, because you fucking half-arsed it. Guys, please donate.
I love money.
Please keep Punch Gun running. We are so powered by donations, you know? We're circling the drain here, you know? If I'm right, Smugbug's fired, and we're never getting money again.
Wait, what?
It's the well's dried up. There's a reason we're traveling via the subway. Previously we were in limos, now we're in the subway. Yes, do we have to eat humble pie once in a while to bring you a top quality show? Yes. But you know what? God damn, it's worth it. It's worth it for that little bit of love from the community, from the membership, from you guys. So please donate to Pawnscum. Pod/tip.
Yes,
Streamlabs.com. Thank you for posting the link, Oscar. You're always speedy with that.
Yeah, thank you, Oscar.
Sorry, Esther.
Yeah, so there's a lot of weird connections with the money and companies. Essentially, there's a pretty neat line of ownership. Oh, one interesting thing: former very high-level Amazon executives are operating as like co-founder of Night Media, which explains some of Hasan's immunity to Twitch. Essentially, they have incredibly close ties. So this management company has incredibly close ties to Amazon, which owns Twitch, which Hasan is generally considered immune to, you know, bans from. He gets very, very light punishments.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Based in Cell. Thank you.
I can't wait until the Pawnscum podcast is bought out by Night Media. Imagine small talking chip sneakers and Funko Pops.
Yeah, I'd love to see him sell
we would have the best plushies, dude. Imagine how
dude, I'd be wearing the biggest fucking sneakers known to mankind. They look like fucking clown shoes.
Yeah.
I'd have giant sneakers.
You get a Nike brand deal, and you just wear a little trainers. That'd be so cool.
I'd just be like the squeaky noises as I walk.
Yeah, I could become a marketable plushie. My dream. I could finally become a marketable plushie.
Yeah, you want to buy Pawnscum Pod merch?
That would be so fucking awesome. I can replace that IKEA shark. I'll be the trans community staple plushie. That's my that's how I angle myself.
Wonder why you'll be that.
Shut up. But that's the thing. They always want to make everything gay and trans. So there you go. They'll be like they'll think they're helping me break out of my egg. They're gonna channel trans voodoo energy into their plushies to try and make me
Moth plushie. Your donations might make us consider it.
That's true. Yes. Yeah. We do own the rights to all
Money
of your
talks.
to all of your guys. By the way, sorry.
Yep.
So yeah. So former Amazon executive Alexandra Moore, chief executive of, I believe it was maybe not chief executive, but a high-ranking executive in mergers and acquisitions of Amazon. The group that has invested, I think, around like $20 million into Night Media. They have like over $150 million of investment. Is called Providence Equity Partners, and they are very closely tied to, drumroll, BlackRock. Yay! So yeah, Night Media is heavily invested in by a equity partner of BlackRock.
You do not want to be the heart.
Oh. What do you think?
What?
What do you think?
I thought you wouldn't literally be it. You'll be the replacement.
That makes sense.
I think they're worried you're gonna get fucked to death by trans women.
Oh no! That's true. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, actually, I didn't really consider that. They're not fucking the sharks, are they? Are the trans girls fucking the sharks?
Of course they are.
No, is that a thing? They're not humping the shark. No, that's not real.
Yeah, to death. I heard.
No.
Mina says I could technically make a pond critter out of clay. I made a little frog. I made this frog. Oh no, I made this frog.
You.
I made this.
That's cute. Very unpleasant. Nice shades, bro.
What?
But yeah, unfortunately, Jesus Christ. Stop, don't do that. I hate it when you do that.
What's the matter?
I hate when you do, it's basically twerking. You're just like, you're just bumping your ass out. Bumping that, bumping that, bumping that, bumping that, bumping that, bumping that, boo 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 ba doo ba doo. Boo doo 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 doo. Yeah? Bumping that, see, because of the, yeah.
Don't get it.
But yeah, basically, Night Media owns essentially every celebrity that appeals to fucking Zoomers. And unfortunately, the media literacy of Gen Z has gone off such a fucking cliff now that we've basically reached the point where they uncritically consume the rhetoric of people who are just representations of BlackRock invested brands. So yeah, I know that it's not innovative to say that Hasan Piker as a theoretical socialist is completely captured by capital, but it is more explicit than you could have possibly fucking imagined.
Yeah, it's a little bit worse if you look.
the same structure that you know, pushes and commodifies fucking, you know, the sloppification of YouTube into Mr. Beast is literally managing the exact same systems of commodification as Hasan. The goals of these guys are just to generate as much noise as possible with absolutely zero systemic change. And so we come to Israel-Palestine, the defining feature of lots of noise,
guys,
no change. Come on.
You guys know Laura was going to debate Hasan. If you want me to fill his head with this nonsense so he brings it up to Hasan, donate money or something. You know.
Incredible stuff. Is Strader Raid started streaming in opposition to us? What the fuck?
Yeah, which Raider, bro? Don't worry.
I'm gonna fight her, dude! I'm gonna fight her! What the hell?
I would only be mad if Tatash was also on her show.
Yeah, that would be bad. That would be real bad.
That'd have been crazy, man.
I tried to pull together some calculations to sort of figure out, and basically I couldn't calculate it. They pull in. Is
that because you're dumb or is it because it's hard?
It's both. They pull in tens of billions of views every month. Like, if you just consider the sheer scale of impressions across all of these different brands, like, you can kind of realize YouTube is big, but it's not that big, particularly given the sort of, like, particularly if you isolate to the West, right? Like, if you ignore Brazil and India and these other countries that have, like, a huge representation in their own kind of, like, media systems, Western YouTube is almost entirely domain captured by Night Media, and I couldn't really find an equivalent. Like, it really is just Night Media, and then, like, some people are just, like, creators that are part of, I don't know, more viable projects. I would like to take this moment to appeal to the alternative structure, the alternative funding structure, the alternative system. Now, obviously, the reason that people like Hasan Piker end up moving to systems of commodification like this is because the attention economy is very, very fickle. Advertisers essentially control everything, and if you don't have a direct relationship with the advertisers, eventually you are probably going to get fucked in some way or another. So they end up working for agencies like this that have direct ties to capital, to products, and to advertisement. Now, there are alternative structures to this. There are other ways you can do this, and unfortunately they involve you spending some fucking money. One of my favorite media outlets at the moment is Dropout. I think that Dropout is a really, really good example. Dropout, you fucking idiot.
Dropbox.
Now, I'm sure some of you have heard of it.
I'm a Google Drive guy.